right. Well, welcome to Artichoke Music tonight, being hosted tonight by Soldier Song and Voices. I'm Robert Owen, and this is Carl Solomon.
Thank you, Robert.
And we're happy to be here at Artichoke Music honoring veterans tonight. Just a couple of things about the facility. Bathroom right over here that you probably don't want to use during the show. You'll come out on the live stream. In the back, to the left, two bathrooms in that area of the facility. One is upstairs, at the top of the stairs, and the other in the back room. So I'll tell you a little bit about Soldier Song and Voices. We're a nonprofit organization, state of Oregon, and we've been in operation for going on 9 years,
Yeah.
I think. And got a couple of our board members here tonight in the audience, and Carl is president of the organization, and I serve as the treasurer, and we all of us who are on the board serve as coaches. And we've got some of our regular participants, veteran participants here, and friends and friends of Soldier Song and Voices. So welcome, and
Yeah.
we'll get started. Carl's going to play a tune. And I'm gonna step
So
aside.
this is really nice to be live. We've been, over the last 2 years, have entered the virtual world of Zoom. And it's been amazing, actually. There are other chapters of Soldier Songs and Voices around the country. And when we went to Zoom, people have joined us from Texas, Northern California, Arkansas, Oklahoma. It's been wonderful. And so we do that on Sunday afternoons. This Sunday we actually will be live. But because of some of the wonderful things that we have figured out, we can be live and Zoom. And we'll be up in the front classroom. So if you want to join us as a veteran, you'd be more than welcome. And we have a website, and you can sign up there so we know that you're coming, and make sure you get newsletters. And if you just want to receive the newsletter, just go on there and sign up. And yeah, so I think we're going to, and there's a sign-up sheet on the bar there. And we're thinking everybody can play 2 songs, and maybe we'll see how it goes. Maybe there'll be time for more. You know, the rain has maybe limited people driving through these torrential things. So I'm going to play a song called Black Granite. And it was the song that led me to my good friend David Shunk, who was teaching, must have been 11 years ago, veterans. Yeah, I missed the voice there, Gary. You know, it's well, actually, I'm used to, I have one of these microphones that picks up everything. It's called an ear trumpet. So this is a song that helped bring Soldier Songs and Voices to Portland. And it's a conversation I had with 3 friends. A son of a good friend of mine, my brother-in-law, and an old friend. And it was written right after I visited the Vietnam War Memorial. I used to play some football. I rode a silver hog. I played pool for money down at Knocko's Hall. I flunked out of college, guess I was smoking too much smoke. I signed up in '68 'cause I wanted to do my part. Believed in God and country, and it touched my mother's heart. Sarah and I got married right before that first tour. And I found a calling as a medic on the wall. And I came home with a brand new name. Doc is who they called. And I came home on my own two legs, no medals on this chest. And I still wander through the places I survived, finding all those faces I left behind. I touched that black granite with names in its side. I felt the heart of all those souls, 5 names in every line. My name's not in the granite, I'm just a soldier growing old. And glory never found me, and my story is untold. I came home on my own two legs, no medals on this chest. And I do wander through the places I survived, finding all those faces, finding all those faces, finding all those faces I left behind. My son joined the National Guard, just trying to make ends meet. He's got a little daughter, he hasn't worked in 40 weeks. Just wanted to be a weekend warrior, not a soldier in Iraq. And he came home on his own two legs, no medals on his chest. And he still wanders through the places he survived, finding all those faces, finding all those faces, finding all those faces he left behind. Came home on our own two legs, no medals on our chests. And we still wander through the places we survived, finding all those faces we left behind, finding all those faces we left behind. Thanks. So, Robert, would you play one and then we'll move on? Like I said, that was written about 11 years ago. And thanks to those conversations I had.
Thanks, Carl. starting us out. I've got a song here I wrote many, many years ago, and it was inspired by a Portland State textbook on American economic history. So I was reading about the Civil War era and the economic resources that were needed at the time and that sort of thing. And anyway, it got me thinking about that time. And so I decided to write this song about a young man who joined the Confederacy. And in my imagination, he was from Louisiana with Cajun background. And so I wrote the third verse in French. And so many, many years later, about 2 years ago, maybe 1 or 2 years ago, I asked Bob Sterry to check my French. As I took French in high school 2 years, but I still had a little textbook. So I slapped the verse together, but it was not quite right, so as I found out. So anyway, I'm thankful for Bob to set me straight on this third verse. I was hoping he would be here tonight so I could give him a co-write credit. Anyway, it's called Soldier. I am a soldier, driven by the cause. By the way it is, the men who make the laws. When this war is over, I'll be standing tall. I'll hang my medals on my shoulder, guns upon the wall. This war's over, I'll be standing tall. I am a soldier, driven by the cause. I am a soldier, standing my guard. Protecting cotton fields on Union Boulevard. And when this war is over, standing tall. They will talk about me every dining hall. When on this misty morning, down on the yard, oh, I am a soldier, Je suis un soldat, comme vous voyez. Je suis un tour des fumées, des filles. Et quand cette guerre est finie, je serai free. Ils argent leur arrogance et tout nationalisme. Quand cette guerre sera finie, je serai libre. Je suis un soldat, comme vous voyez. I am a soldier, but I cannot move. I hear my heartbeat, but I don't hear you. And when you turn me over, gray turns to blue. Makes it hard to tell who'll win or who'll lose. When this war is over, gray turns to blue. Thank you.
That's pretty good French, Robert, I thought.
Well, I messed it up a little bit. I practiced, before I came down, but then when you get up here, it's a different story. But thanks.
Kim and Jim are the next three up. You're gonna stand or sit?
I think I'll sit. In case. Thank you. Seem to be. Well, it's nice to be here. Haven't been here in over a year and a half, I think. And but I've had all my shots. I've been wormed. I think I'm ready to go. How's that coming through? Okay. This first one is a song I wrote about. So I graduated from high school in 1969, and Vietnam was going pretty hot and heavy then. And there were guys that were cycling back through and taking advantage of the GI Bill and going to school. But you'd see these 19-year-old kids, these little snot-nosed kids that had never done anything before, and they treated those returning soldiers terribly, called them bad names, and some of them didn't handle it all that well. So this is a song I wrote. It's called Ghosts. He mumbles on a corner in tattered clothes and worn-out shoes. It looks as though he hasn't shaved in years. People passing by just look the other way, pick up their pace, pretend that they don't hear. The faces of young soldiers still haunt his waking dreams. They never age but stay forever young. At night he hears artillery. He sees the firefight, cries of incoming leaping from his tongue. He's talking to himself, talking to the air, talking to comrades now long dead. He's shouting at the world, shouting at no one, shouting down the ghosts inside his head. Some came home on stretchers, some in cargo holds. Like others, he walked off the plane, out of harm's way. Yet somehow he knew, in that far-off land, a part of him remained. No hero's welcome greeted him, no cheers for his return. He was vilified and treated with disdain. No thanks for his sacrifice, his service or his time. So he anesthetized and tried to kill the pain. He's talking to himself, talking to the air, talking to comrades now long dead. He's shouting at the world, shouting at no one, shouting down the ghosts inside his head. As he wanders down the sidewalk, he sees brothers in arms. He calls out names of long departed friends. He leaves behind this world that we all think is real to become a ghost and be with them again. So he mumbles on, still shouting at the world, but perhaps he sees with greater clarity where time does not exist, where those who were still abide, a dimension the rest of us can't see. He's talking to himself, talking to the air, talking to comrades now long dead. He's shouting at the world, shouting at no one, shouting down the ghosts inside his head. Thank you. Okay, we're going to do two at once. Hey, Barb, could you bring me my bottle of water? Got cotton mouth here. Don't want to cross-contaminate you. Got to be careful here. You never know when you might trip. I find I'm getting older, and I have to be all that much more careful. And there's some things I don't do anymore. I was trying to change a battery in a smoke alarm and fell off a ladder the other day. I don't think I'll do that again. This one's called Soldier's Longing. You know, so many of the, and I wrote this for people that were deployed to Afghanistan and Iraq and such, but it's, we separate them, we send them there away from their families. They're gone for at least a year, and they sacrifice incredibly. Their families are home wondering whether they're alive or not, and so I wrote this called Soldier's Longing. At night when I long for you near, in the moonlight you softly appear. With your flowing hair, you wipe away my tears. And with your tender love, you calm all my fears. Then I wake and it's all been a dream. Through my tent flap I see the moon's beam. Its light shines on your soul and mine, and transports us through space and through time. I fight for the red, white, and blue, and on my honor I'll see this job through. Why we're here, only God really knows, but I go where they tell me to go. To be with you is all that I yearn. But if God chooses I not return, should I fall and this world fade from view, my love will be always with you. You know that my great love is you. To your love I will ever be true. And if God brings me safely back home, from your side I will ne'er again roam. From your side I will ne'er again roam. Thank you.
We're going to make a. I've been doing these virtually and not live, so it's. What we're going to do is everybody play a song, and we'll just keep rotating through the list. And just a reminder: please turn your phones off. Also remember that while you're not singing, your mask should be on. We really appreciate that. And even if everybody's tripled or quadrupled vaccinated. So here again, it's let's see how many songs we can get in tonight. It's a small gathering, and I know many people want to play more than one. And on that note, I'm going to wipe the microphone. And that one, I'll wipe that one. Job I can do. Thank you. So Kim is up, and then Jim and Sean. And if you need anything like a chair or a music stand, we'll just let us know. Thank you. And thanks for being here. It's a real treat to hear all this live music. Come on up.
And please welcome Kim.
I'm going to be sitting down, but I am going to say a few words first. First of all, I want to thank the veterans out here tonight for their service. Tonight, I'm going to do a tribute to women veterans. There's one, that's my mother. I was very proud. My dad fought in New Guinea, and my father-in-law fought in the Battle of the Bulge. My brother was in Algeria. My grandfather was in the Spruce Patrol here in Oregon. But I'm very proud of the women veterans in my family. My mother was in the Army. My mother-in-law was also in the Army at Fort Bliss, and my sister is a Vietnam-era veteran. So the songs I'm going to play I just recently heard them during COVID. They've sort of come back because they evoke the desire for things to be okay again. And these particular songs were sung, and one was written by Dame Vera Lynn, who just died at, I think, 104. So I'm doing a medley of Lily Marlene, We'll Meet Again, and The White Cliffs of Dover. And no, my mom did not play the accordion. So let me make sure I've got it.
sitting or standing?
That's good that chair is there, because I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
But we'll need to plug in.
Okay.
I think that's my plug.
Oh, there's the cord on the, by the chair.
Was there?
Yeah.
I think it's plugged in.
Oh, sorry.
Very good.
Thank you, Robert.
Yep.
The bright lights. I'm just gonna be doing an instrumental, a medley.
And Pritz, right?
Pardon me?
Jim Pritz.
Yeah, Jim, my name is Jim Pritz,
Welcome,
P-R-Y-T-S.
Jim Pritz.
It's pretty tuned up. I guess I'm the only draft dodger in the crowd. When I came up, when I was graduated in '67 and '69, I listened to the first lottery and I got 302 in the lottery. And I had I tried to join the Air Force, but I would have been accepted, but since I got a good lottery number, I decided to stay in school. Lily Marlene, what a great tune. Did you know that both sides, the Germans and the Americans, listened to that? It was a favorite of both sides. You bet. Well, I'm going to do a medley of 5 songs. Phew, I've timed myself, and it should be only 6 minutes. But it's going to be Stars and Stripes Forever. The second one will be Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and Yankee Doodle Dandy, Anchors Away, and Georgia Brown. going to start that again because I'm going too fast. You know, I'm going to start that over again too because I'm going too fast again. And that'll do it. Unplugging.
I need to change my string so I can play like that. Did I mention that Soldier Song and Voices is always looking for guitar coaches and songwriting coaches? Did I mention that, Jim? Is that please welcome Sean Ramstedt, who's one of our coaches and on the board of directors also of Soldier Song and Voices.
Thank you. So yeah, I'd like to say thank you to all the veterans here and everywhere. Yeah, I'm happy to be a part of Soldier Songs and Voices. I am not a veteran, but I'm paying it now. I'm paying it back. I'm just helping out any way I can with the group. But I have a song that I want to play. It's called Thinking About You. And I wrote it about my third great-grandfather that immigrated from Germany. Both my parents' fathers were in World War II. They're Army vets, which, thinking about you, here I am thinking about them. I'll play this song. Henry left home, he was 17, to Dearborn, Indiana, from Germany. Passport in his hand, set out on the road, with a curious smile, a trunk of old clothes. 900 miles on a train from home to the port, 35 long days across the sea to New York. Hope in his eyes, head full of dreams. Just another 700 miles to meet with his family. I've been thinking about you more and more all the time, getting closer every day. I am thinking about you more and more all the time, more tonight than today. Henry was a carpenter when he was 21. He built cabinets in a shop and he became a citizen. He went to church on Sunday down the dusty road. He fell in love with a farmer's daughter named Apollonia. And they were married in the Midwestern sun. Henry was 22, Apollonia 21. They settled on her family farm down Leatherwood Road. He worked the land, she kept house, watched the family grow. I've been thinking about you more and more all the time, getting closer every day. I am thinking about you more and more all the time, more tonight than today. Oh, Henry, what was it raised 10 kids, 5 boys and 5 girls. Married 27 years to that girl next door. Henry was crushed that day when he lost his love. She was his queen, Apollonia. He bought her father's farm and he worked day and night, with the memory of Apollonia still by his side. Henry lived 5 more years to age 54. Henry and Apollonia forevermore. I'll be thinking about you more and more all the time, getting closer every day. I'll be thinking about you more and more all the time, more tonight than today. I am thinking about you more and more all the time, getting closer every day. I've been thinking about you more and more all the time, more tonight than today. Thank you. It's all ready.
Already, all it needs is the words and the music. Bill is okay. Bill has also been coaching with us and has been joining us for our executive meetings. And there's no lack of ideas that comes from Bill, and we really appreciate him. Besides his music, Bill Valenti. And I'll just remind everybody again, let's get through the list, and we'll keep going and going as long as you want to. Well, at least until Gary says we're done. So thanks again for being here, and thanks again for Artichoke supporting us. And Ed, you're up next, and Stephanie is up after Ed.
Well, hi. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. My wife of now 51 years was a Navy brat. Is a Navy brat. Her father and grandfather and uncles and all that were all naval officers, grads, and so I tried to join the Navy in 1970, but I'm terribly colorblind, and I didn't qualify. You know, there's red and green lights that you're supposed to know about. For port and starboard stuff. So anyway, I ended up enlisting in the Army, and it was kind of like the odd man out in my wife's family, but they tolerated it. And it was an adventure, 4 years. So I got off the work-a-day treadmill about 10 or 11 years ago and moved to Bend, Oregon, and ran into a bunch of songwriters there, and I'd never written any songs before. They invited me to one of their monthly songwriting workshops, and I caught the bug. I was just completely smitten by the whole idea of writing songs and telling stories about where I've been and what I've done. And I started writing in the sort of style of the 1960s protest songwriters, Bob Dylan, Pete Seeger, Peter, Paul and Mary, Phil Oakes. And And when I started writing songs in, like 9 or 10 years ago, that was the way I approached songwriting, topical songwriting. I wanted to say something about what's going on in the world and my opinion about that. And then it came to a point, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, where there's so many goddamn things to protest about. And we only have this one life. It's kind of hard to pick, what do you protest? How do you write about all that stuff that needs to be, that you need to write about? So this is I would describe this song as kind of the existential crisis song of a protest songwriter. So much shit to write about and so little time. An empty page before me, not a word to be found. The visions in my head spinning round, spinning round. What can I write here? What can I say to make all the troubles of the world go away? What can I say? What can I say? Can I write something clever? Something deep and sincere? Can I paint you a picture so blindingly clear that you can feel what I'm feeling and you can see what I see? Can I open up your heart to all the world's misery? What can I say? What can I say? And in a world full of madness, can a song be the cure? Can a poet change the way we think? I'm not really sure, but I'll still cry my lonesome anger at the darkness I see and fill that empty page with all my foolish hopes and dreams. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. Where can I find them? All the words that I seek to tell the truth for those unable to speak. How can I show you what your eyes need to see? All those beaten down people struggling hard to be free. Where can I go? Where can I go? Can I find them in the wreckage of lands torn by war? In the slums and the ghettos too vast to ignore? Can I find them in the boardrooms, in those towers made of steel, sheltered from the bitter winds that so many feel? Where can I go? Where can I go? And in a world full of madness, can a song be the cure? Can a poet change the way we think? I'm not really sure, but I'll still cry my lonesome anger at the darkness I see and fill that empty page with all my foolish hopes and dreams. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. An empty page before me, not a word to be found. Visions in my head, spinning round, spinning round, spinning round, and spinning round.
is Ed Wales, and Ed is part of Soldier Song and Voices, and he serves as our outreach coordinator. So welcome, Ed.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. And get this mask put away so I don't drop it. There we go. So I got a draft notice in 1969. Joined the Marine Corps because he said I only had to serve 2 years and I could have any job I wanted. And when we got done with boot camp, they made us all infantry and they told us that's the job we wanted. So there we go. So this song is about, you know, the little things in life that you grab onto in stressful situations, and they bring a little bit of joy in a place of stress. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of this performing, so I don't remember to do everything. So thanks for that reminder. Strum? Yeah, I think I do. All the way up. Maybe not that much. Oh, you'll get it. Okay. Wow, that's pretty hot. Combat makes you stop breathing. You can hear the slow inside. I'm sitting on the ground in Vietnam in sun-drenched searing heat. Hunkering down by the Quai San Mountains, one of the chosen few. At least I've got some peaches and pound cake in my pack. Peaches and pound cake in my pack. Peaches and pound cake in my sight. Gotta have peaches and pound cake before the next attack. Gotta have peaches and pound cake to continue the fight. My empty flak jacket pockets have no coffee, cream, or packets. I've traded my protection away. My thicker flak jacket pockets used to turn the bullets away. Peaches and pound cake in my pack. Peaches and pound cake in my sight. Gotta have peaches and pound cake for the next attack. Missed that one. Gotta have peaches and pound cake gotta have peaches and pound cake to continue the fight. Sitting on the ground in Vietnam, one of the chosen few, speeding toward death like a bullet. A year in combat is enough time to die. Walking slowly in breathless wind, fading light, waning moon. Peaches and pound cake in my pack, taking names that won't come back. Peaches and pound cake in my pack. Thank you. That was a little rough, but I think I got most of it.
Thank you. We lost a Vietnam vet this week. We lost ex-Senator Max Cleland, who did so much for veterans, and it's worth remembering him tonight. I'm the daughter of 2 World War II veterans. Kim, I really appreciated Kim's shout out to the women veterans. My mother, after Pearl Harbor, because she was the oldest child in her family and her brother was too young to be a soldier, she decided to become a member of, she was a Marine. She was the Women's Reserve of the Marine Corps. She spent her war in Camp Pendleton in Oceanside and shipped a lot of books in sea bags out to places like Guam and Tarawa and Iwo Jima and Okinawa. My father didn't have to join up. He was the only son of an elderly farmer, and that was a protected occupation. But in 1943, in February of 1943, he landed in North Africa at the Kasserine Pass, and after 4 days in country, was captured by Rommel's forces. He spent until April of 1945 in a POW camp in Eastern Germany. He came home with PTSD, as so many veterans do. And he was a good father, a good husband, a good farmer, a good friend, but his life was a struggle. And at 85, he ended that struggle. He took his own life. So my latest statistics, I checked statistics today, 20 veterans every day commit suicide. That means in this time that we're sitting here in this room, someone has given up hope. Someone has struggled so much that they can no longer go on. And I think that's one of the things we need to consider as we offer support to veterans and offer supports with our votes and with our support of Veterans Affairs. People like my father needed more help. And I so much appreciate Soldier Songs and Voices because that's one of the ways that we offer veterans heart and chances to speak. I really recommend Carl Marlante's book, Why We Go to War. He talks about that. But this is a poem for my father, POW. When they took you on the boxcar, Father, up through the Italian leg to Prussia, the train shouting commands to the darkness. You were not to be seen, any of you, GIs shamed early by your capture at the Kasserine. What steps did you begin to take marching back into yourself? When they marched you to the camp, gave you wooden shoes that you later burned for warmth, gave you a wooden bunk that you later burned for warmth, gave you days that passed like cold sand scraping the side of an hourglass. How closely did you wrap yourself for warmth? That was a long march, Father. That was a long war. Some days you listened on the illegal bunkhouse radio set to the other farm boys, still fighting. Their voices a wind through the camp, a Kansas twister, a Carolina hurricane, a familiar New Jersey blizzard, making you feel colder in the shifting weather. Who would win? What would be done with you? Then, like good rain after the storm, you heard them talk of victory. And still you couldn't know what might be done before the guards left, before the conflagration. So you sat and drummed your fingers. I remember how you did that in the months before electric shock, before the mental hospital. You paced more in a German guard's shoes that you'd traded for the Red Cross cigarettes you gave up, gave up, gave up. I still hear your slippers whisper during bad nights, visiting you 40 years later in your last encampment. You pulled memories over you like a blanket, remembered cornrows, the farm your father sold when you were MIA, that memory to a barren place. One day the camp was empty, swept clean, a hayfield harvested. The Russians were close. You began walking across Germany, your life as simple as the bedroll you carried, thin as your body, 70 pounds lighter, from ersatz soup and false hope. At the Allied lines, you scrambled up a riverbank and you were free. You still speak Camp German, Father. The girl you married never feeds you soup. The V-mail she sent crumbles around your canteen and uniform in your olive trunk. Father, I am still waiting. When will you be coming home?
Isaac is up, and then Steph, then Mark and Sue, and then Andrew. Great.
We need help with this equipment here. I never played in front of people I never met before. You guys remember the Woodstock album? Steven Still says, we never played, this is the first time we played together in front of people, we're scared shitless. That's me.
Wipe that mic off, please.
Yeah, I'll do that right now before you.
You turn it up, the volume all the way?
There you go.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get
It's never been plugged in, it's a virgin.
It's all yours.
That's good, I can't see you. We good? So I don't know whether I'm too scared to talk or whether I can't stop. Well, people are kind of giving a little history. My father was born in 1899. He got a draft notice in November of 1918, so he didn't have to go. And by the time WW2 came, he had 3 kids and a couple more to come, including me in the 50s. My brothers are 20-some years older than I am, 20 and 18. One of them actually retired as a lieutenant colonel in the National Guard. The other one was in Kotzebue, Alaska during the Korean War. And I served Vietnam era. Somebody drew a trapezoid on a map of the South China Sea. And that's where I spent my service. So my war stories are drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. But this song, which I may get through, is 50 years old this year. Sam Stone came home to his wife and family after serving in the conflict overseas. That's not the melody. Time that he served had shattered all his nerve and left a little shrapnel in his knee. But the morphine eased the pain, and the grass grew around his brain and gave him all the confidence he lacked. With a purple heart and a monkey on his back. I think that might be it. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pictures have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Old songs never last too long on broken radios. Sam Stone's Welcome Home didn't last too long. Went to work when he spent his last dime, and soon he took to stealing when he got that awful feeling. $100 habit without overtime. But the gold rolled through his veins like 1,000 railroad trains, and gave him all the confidence he lacked, with a purple heart and a monkey on his back. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pictures have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radios. Sam Stone was alone when he popped his last balloon, climbing walls while sitting in a chair. The balloon smelled just like death when they played his last request, with an overdose hovering in the air. But life had lost its fun, there was nothing to be done but trade his house that he bought on the GI Bill for a flag draped casket on a local hero's hill. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pictures have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radios. I think I created. Wasn't too bad, but I think I made up that melody. Thanks, everyone, and thanks to our coaches, Robert and Carl and Sean, and my fellow SSVer, Ed, and Chris, who's not here. And it's a great program, so if you know veterans that could take care, and they'll supply you a guitar and the knowledge to use it. I can't see. Good. So you can do this without tripping.
Yeah, don't trip. So, Mark and Sue, or is it? And then Andrew Grade is up after them, and then David Gross. Are you standing or singing?
She stands and I'll sit on that stool.
Okay. Well, and, okay. Here you go.
Thank you.
And you're gonna, oh, that'll work. And you'll,
I'm gonna change mics, okay?
No, just use the one that's up, hon. Testing, 1, 2.
4. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Testing, 1, 2.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, so anyway, my anecdote is tangential. My father did a stint up at Veterans on Pill Hill recently, this year. He's 93, Korea, Army corporal. When he got back, he had a lot of his shirts, but a lot of his shirts were missing. But this shirt was in his pile of shirts. Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean. So I was going through his laundry on the couch one day. His bed was in the living room now. And I said, wow. I said, what's this? I said, Johnny. He said, take it. I sure as hell will never wear it. So the Byrds released their version of Seeger's Turn, Turn, Turn in 1965.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. An A time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. An A time to every purpose under heaven. A time to laugh, a time to weep, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. An A time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace. A time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. An A time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rent, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. Thank you.
Well, this will pick you up. So if you want to stand or sit? Oh, you just told me that.
I'll sit.
Okay. Right here.
My name's Andrew Grade. Somebody was talking about draft dodging earlier. My dad was a conscientious objector. I think it was in the Korean War. He died when I was 8, but I know he went through some, I guess he had to get like affidavits from priests and stuff, and it's like a real process. And he, went through the whole thing and did it. So this one's called Minor Threat, and it's instrumental. I don't sing. So it could be talking about a military threat. I mean, it's really, there's a lot open to interpretation with instrumental music. Thanks a lot. This is a new one. I haven't titled it yet, but yeah. I thought we were doing two. Okay. Okay. My bad. That's fine. Oh, thanks.
Very nice.
You're going to stand or?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're just going to recite.
Yeah. I'm going to do this a cappella, which is Italian for no hair, with no hair. So I'm a little trepidatious about singing this because it is an anti-war song and it's rather crude. My father and all my uncles served in World War II, and when I went to jail for protesting Vietnam, my dad came and stood in front of the judge and supported me. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, no offense. I didn't realize it was well, whatever. I learned this song from Steve Goodman. I was a Chicago guy, and I knew him there, and I heard him sing this, and then he told me it was a Dave Van Ronk song, something adapted from a mining tune, the Wang Pro Bang, and I played with Dave Van Ronk sometime after that, but he didn't play this. So I'm just guessing and now it's so long ago, I don't remember how I learned it. I don't know if I couldn't have Googled anything because that wasn't happening then. Anyway, let's see. Experiment with a little, yeah. When I got back from the Wang Pro Bang, I didn't have a thing where my balls used to hang, but I got a wooden medal and a fine harangue, and now I'm a fucking hero. So mourn your dead land of the free. If you wanna be a hero, follow me. Come along and follow me and be a fucking hero. I went off across the sea to fight for Christian democracy. Nothing but air where my balls used to be, but now I'm a fucking hero. So mourn your dead land of the free. If you wanna be a hero, follow me. Come along and follow me and be a fucking hero. In the Wang Pro Bang there is a spot where the corpses of our brothers rot. And every corpse is a patriot, and every corpse is a hero. So mourn your dead land of the free. If you wanna be a hero, follow me. Come along and follow me and be a fucking hero.
So we've got time for a couple of more tunes, Gary? Absolutely. Okay. So I guess I'll just ask for a volunteer to play a second tune. And I'm going to play the last song.
I'll do one.
Great. Come on up, Jim.
No, get out. Here I am again. suspicious now. Gary? Let's see here. I know the soldiers like blues tunes, especially with people wearing masks. They're looking ridiculous with their mask around their chin. I know, I noticed that was good. Bo Carter, Cigarette Blue. Since I'm out here, baby, 'cause I'm all alone. Haven't got me nobody just to carry my smoking on. You just smoke my cigarette, honey. Smoke it all night long. You just toke my cigarette, honey, until you haul your sweet old asses home. Well, I'm gonna big country, gonna get my ham bone boiled. Women round this part of town, gonna let my ham bone spoil. You just smoke my cigarette, honey. Smoke it all night long. You just toke my cigarette, baby, until you haul my sweet old asses home. I'm going up big country, gonna get my ashes hauled. Women round this part of town, gonna let my ashes fall. And you just smoke my cigarette, honey. Smoke it all night long. You just toke my cigarette, baby, until you haul my sweet old asses home. I got one more thing to say before I leave for home. No, my cigarette ain't too big and you know it ain't too long. And you just smoke my cigarette, honey. Smoke it all night long.
and just toke my cigarette, honey, and tell you how my sweet oasis is home. Thank you, folks.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody that came and shared a song. It's been a great evening. Thanks for coming out in support of Artichoke music, and it's really been enjoyable. I was drafted into the Army in January of 1971, and so I spent 2 years active duty and then reserve commitment. And when I got out in January 1973, I shortly after wrote a letter to then President Nixon asking for him to explain my service. And I got a letter back from one of his assistants, and I still have the letter, and it doesn't say much. Just kind of blowing hot air. But over the years, I have thought about military service and how it differs, the service of individuals, how it differs so much from the political aspects of war, and there's a distinct separation, and I also believe that it's sort of like fate, you know. There's what you do in life and the choices you make and the things that happen to you are somewhat out of your control. I think they're somewhat predestined. Anyway, that whole realization and feeling led to me writing this song, and so that's my relation of this song to veterans. But so this is kind of a collaboration, I guess, between me and the poet Will Stafford, who wrote a little poem called The Way It Is. And I read the poem about a year ago, and read it again about a year ago, and I liked a couple of lines, and so I thought I'd use those lines in the song. And so after I finished the song, I was feeling kind of bad, because I thought maybe I used too much of his poem. But I couldn't reach out to him since he's deceased, and so I made a sound recording of the song, and I sent it to Kim Stafford, who's his son and former poet laureate of Oregon. I found I'd taken a workshop with Kim several years ago, so I still had some information on how to get a hold of him. Anyway, so I sent it to him and told him my dilemma. He wrote me back and said he loved the song and his dad would have loved it, and he said he considers it a collaboration. So that's how I introduce it every time. So I really appreciated him accepting it. Okay, here we go. And my song I titled A Thread You Follow. That's good. Sorry about that. My ear's getting old. If you're feeling like the days are hollow, there's no purpose anymore, think of times you've had to beg and borrow, couldn't find an open door. This life I'll never take for granted. Or try to find an easy out. There'll be tragedies and heartbreak, and cause to celebrate, no doubt. Your friends may ask you, your friends may not ask you. Your friends may wonder what it is you're pursuing, where you've been, where you'll head. And when they ask you why you're doing what you're doing, you'll have to tell about the thread. You don't get lost if you hold on to it. It will pull you through instead. Nothing we do can stop time's unfolding. You don't let go of the thread. Well, I believe your life's a thread you follow. It goes among the things that change. And every choice we make about tomorrow guides our life today. And when that thread no longer stretches out before you, if you still carry some regrets, just outside the gates of heaven, you can leave them lying there. Thank you. And thanks again for coming out. Really appreciate it.